Jeopardy! Host Ken Jennings has made a head-turning announcement after his feud with rival James Holzhauer was taken to another level. On Monday night's episode of Jeopardy! Masters, James had quite the message for the legendary champion. Ken sat down with TMZ to share his thoughts on Ken calling him out during Final Jeopardy on Monday. "I feel like I got away with one last time I had to play that guy," the 48-year-old said, referring to the time he beat James during the show's greatest of all-time tournament in 2020. Ken continued, "He is the best player of his generation and I can't believe I skated by with a win in my fading decade. I'm getting a little long in the tooth for a Jeopardy champion." The longtime TV star then made it clear, however, "No, ain't gonna be no rematch. You have to let somebody retire. You can't keep summoning my unquiet ghost to go play Amy Schneider. She doesn't need that," Ken added, noting the famous Jeopardy! Player who won 40 consecutive games in 2021 to 2022. The hoopla all kicked off during the first episode and second matchup of Jeopardy! Masters, which saw James, 38, take on Sam Buttrey and Mattea Roach, 24. Since James completely dominated his fellow competitors, he was able to go into Final Jeopardy stress-free, knowing no one would be able to catch up to his score. James used the question which asked, opened in 1909 and less famous than an older neighbor, it connects Brooklyn and Chinatown to mess with Ken. James instead answered, "Stop ducking a rematch, Ken," causing the host to laugh out loud. "You know how much work I had to go to get all the way over at this lectern and avoid having to play you again, James?" Ken replied. James then quipped that he was a victim of autocorrect, hinting that the word ducking was actually intended to be something else. Trolling away. This is not the first time that James has shaded Ken, as earlier this month he reshared a photo alongside Ken where the winningest contestant of all time sarcastically pointed to the second runner-up. James posted that snap alongside a photo of him with late host Alex Trebek and captioned the side-by-side, "Expectation, reality." James won 32 episodes in 2019 and finished $58,484 short of the all-time winnings record. However, the 2004, $2.5 million, record set by Ken, remains. Despite not beating Ken's record, James ushered in a new era of gameplay strategy. He plays laterally instead of top-down in an attempt to rake in as much money as humanly possible in one game, which is $566,000. James holds the all-time record for the most money earned in a single episode, $131,127, and the top 10 money-winning episodes as well. The game show contestant has also embraced his troll role, as his Twitter bio simply reads, "Game show villain." In the world of trivia and quick thinking, few names shine as brightly as Ken Jennings and James Holzhauer. Their rivalry has captured the hearts of fans, as both contestants have carved their places in Jeopardy! History with record-breaking wins and unforgettable moments. But the rivalry that had simmered for years was reignited recently when Jennings made a stunning announcement about his future on the show, sending shockwaves through the trivia community. It all began during the special Jeopardy! Greatest of all-time tournament. The stakes were high, the tension palpable, as Jennings and Holzhauer faced off in a battle that would determine who truly reigned supreme. While Jennings was celebrated for his long-standing record of wins, Holzhauer brought a new style to the game with his aggressive betting strategies and lightning-fast responses. Fans were divided, and the air crackled with anticipation every time they took the stage. The rivalry heated up during the tournament when Holzhauer publicly challenged Jennings' approach to the game. "Ken's style is outdated," he remarked in a post-match interview. "This isn't about just answering questions anymore, it's about strategy and seizing opportunities." Jennings, known for his calm demeanor, took offense to the comment, feeling that Holzhauer disrespected the legacy of Jeopardy! And the years he had dedicated to mastering the game. "Strategy is important, but so is the knowledge you bring to the table," Jennings retorted during a subsequent interview. "This isn't just a game of luck. It's about years of preparation and understanding a vast array of topics." The feud escalated, with fans taking sides and social media buzzing with hashtags like #TeamKen and #TeamJames. the tension became palpable as each contestant's supporters flooded online forums and discussion boards with their opinions. As the rivalry reached its boiling point, Jennings stunned the world during an exclusive press conference held at the iconic Jeopardy studio in Hollywood. It was a day marked by excitement and uncertainty, as reporters gathered to hear what the trivia titan had to say. The room was filled with the hum of speculation, each journalist hoping to uncover the next chapter in this ongoing saga. "Today, I want to set the record straight," Jennings began, his voice steady but infused with emotion. "Over the years, I've loved playing Jeopardy and contributing to the legacy of the show. But I've come to realize that there's more to life than just answering trivia questions on a stage." The room fell silent, the tension thickening as everyone awaited what would come next. "Effective immediately, I'm stepping back from competing on Jeopardy," Jennings continued, eliciting gasps from the crowd. "But this isn't the end for me. Instead, I'll be taking on a new role, working as a consultant for the show and helping to develop the next generation of contestants." A ripple of shock washed over the audience. Jennings, a beloved figure who had dominated the show for years, was stepping down from the game that had made him a household name. Some reporters exchanged incredulous looks while others scrambled to gather their thoughts for the next question. "But what about your rivalry with Holzhauer?" one journalist shouted, breaking the stunned silence. Jennings smiled, a glimmer of mischief in his eyes. "I think it's important to recognize the contributions of all players to this incredible show. James has certainly brought a new energy to the game. The rivalry has only elevated Jeopardy and its audience. That said, it's time for me to support the next wave of contestants, allowing new talents to shine." The announcement sent shockwaves through social media, where fans and fellow contestants alike reacted with a mix of surprise and support. Holzhauer, who was reportedly backstage during Jennings' announcement, took to Twitter within minutes, posting, "I never thought I'd see the day. Cheers to you, Ken. Here's to the next chapter. Let's make trivia fun." His fans celebrated the new dynamic, with many suggesting it was time for Jennings to step aside, allowing the spotlight to shine on others. As the days passed, speculation ran rampant about what this change would mean for the future of Jeopardy and its contestants. Would Jennings, known for his encyclopedic knowledge, really be able to step away from the podium? Or would he find himself drawn back into the competition, perhaps even facing off against Holzhauer once more in a future special event? In the following weeks, Jennings began his new role.